Hicks, one of those key offseason acquisitions for the Vikings.
Coming over from the Arizona Cardinals and fitting in nicely.
Hey, tonight about domination. Get in here, be physical, fly around. Yes,
Oh my heavens, the speed. Jordan Hicks pulls the trigger there, and
he's been really all over the field, so Hicks is playing at a high level right now.
Here's one off the hands of Gainwell and intercepted by Hicks.
He absolutely destroyed him.
Life as an inside linebacker with Dalvin Tomlinson or without Dalvin Tomlinson, what's it like?
Oh, man, he is extremely dominant up front. So life with him is amazing. We've got a group of guys between Jay Bull, Tonga, and obviously Harrison, who's been playing, but guys that have rotated and been able to fill some of that void. But, you know, having him back out there and to feel his presence, to feel his energy out there, and then just to watch him make plays and be as dominant as he is, playing inside linebackers much more fun with him.
So the hardcore part of it, Jordan, would it be with Dalvin as good as he is, with his size, with Harrison and the other defensive end, you and Kendrick's inside. It's keeping bodies off you guys so you can use your gifts and run?
It is, and you know, there's a part of that, and it's a part of just him being as physical as he is. I mean, you watch his film when he was playing, it's guys constantly getting knocked on one leg, as they're trying to climb, or, you know, they double him and he's just manhandling the double team and just, you know, making plays in the backfield. So it's an extra person that they have to account for. And, you know, if you leave him one-on-one with an offensive guard, it's usually not a good matchup.
Now with this team, other than the 9-2, and given everything you've seen, just what hits your heart with what truly is special with this group?
I think since day one, the connection of this team has been emphasized, but then also, you know, fostered and intentionally fostered. You know, we've learned defensively, we do these things, you know, where we have a presentation on our teammates, right? And we learn about their past and of their history. And
Interesting.
You know, it's about the connection and knowing somebody deeper than just, oh, he's, you know, my defensive end,
right?
But knowing that, you know, where he comes from, what, you know, his struggles are in his life that he's had to overcome. And then, you know, when you're out there on the field, all it does is strengthen that connection, and it allows it to grow organically. And then when you're in those moments in the fourth quarter, like we've been just about every game this year, right? You can look at that man and know, you know, you've overcome a lot. I trust you. You know, we've got each other's back.
Now, you'll get quarterback Mike White against the Jets. And your first interception, interestingly, came against the Jets and Ryan Fitzpatrick. So this quarterback with just a handful of starts and one this year, like, how do you handicap that? How do you get ready for that?
Yeah, you know, you don't have much film on who he is and kind of what their philosophy is when he's in there, right? Obviously, when the other quarterback was in, they were a certain way. But you have one game to look at and kind of get an idea of what they're going to try and do and how things might change a little bit. But, you know, you go back, you see who they are. First thing we got to do is stop the run defensively. They take a lot of pride in that. And then we got to attack the ball. We got to be sound in our keys and attack the ball.
Your wife, Ivana, and you have 3 kids. Being a dad, what's special to you?
Yeah, it's changed me in so many different ways. And I'm constantly learning from them about myself, about you know, accountability and teaching and
it humbles
and
you.
Growing, and it humbles you, right? Slows you down. It's extremely rewarding to watch them grow and to watch them cling on to some stuff that you try and emphasize. I'm trying to pour into my kids every day and see the fruit of that grow.
Now, you're an emotional player, and so is Patrick Peterson. And you guys both played for Arizona. So Arizona comes here this year, and you beat the Cardinals, and Patrick, during the game, was so emotional after the game, you were more even-keeled. Why do you think he was so emotional?
Well, first of all, that's who Pat is. Pat comes on game day turned up.
Watch me in the end zone, go for 6 today.
Pat poured so much into that team and that organization, that city. I was there on the back few years with him, but the legend of Patrick Peterson in Arizona is, outstanding. So for the way things to end, I think the way it did hurt. And you always want to outlast and prove those wrong that don't believe in you, right? And that's the best thing in sports. That's the best thing in the world. And so you see that emotion, that raw emotion come out on that day.